5. I've got a saucepan, 1 tablespoon of olive oil, and I do hope you all are enjoying this comfort food series that we've been doing. In there, medium flame, I'm going to go in with scallions. I've got 2 pounds of prepared salted pigtail. There was some water in it. I'll move that around just a little bit. And the reason why I'm adding it now is because I want some of that fat and flavor to render down into the dish itself. I've also got some fresh thyme, and the recipe will be posted on CaribbeanPot.com. I don't want the stems, just the leaves. So don't fret too much about writing down the ingredients or anything else. But essentially, well, it was closer to 2.5 pounds of that salted pigtail, to be honest with you. 2 scallions. I've got here 1 pimento pepper, a small onion. I'm gonna hit that stir. I just turned my heat down just to low, just for a little bit. If you want to add some fresh garlic in there, you can rock that fresh garlic. I'm gonna go in with a bit of black pepper. It's been about 3 minutes. At this point, I'm gonna add pumpkin, and that is just some diced up pumpkin. That's about 1/2 pound of diced pumpkin. You will see me float a Scotch bonnet pepper in here. Later on, if I decide, I can break it, but if you wanted to add chopped Scotch bonnet pepper, go in there, Mr. Onion. Chopped Scotch bonnet pepper in there for that raw heat. You can do that by adding it whole. It means I can fish it out later and I'll get the flavor of the Scotch bonnet, the oils on the outside of the Scotch bonnet, and not that raw heat. I like adding okra or okra, and that is about 8 of the what they call finger okra. At the same time, I'm gonna add my washed and chopped baby spinach. It will seem like a lot, but it will wilt down, and I like to chop it. A piece of pumpkin snuck into my bowl here with the spinach, but be sure to wash that, and by giving it that rough chop, well, 2 things. By giving it that rough chop, we're gonna get that spinach. You know, traditionally this is made with dashing bush bhaji, and it is called bhaji rice. But because I'm using spinach, which essentially is the same thing as bhaji, I'm calling it spinach rice. But that's going to wilt down, and I want that bhaji or that spinach throughout the entire dish. And this is a 1-pot dish, as you will see. What I need for you all to do, I've got 2 cups of long grain parboiled brown rice. Use your favorite rice, but the point is, at this point you would wash the rice and have it ready. Put the lid on there and let that sort of steam saute on that medium-low heat. It's been about 4 minutes since I added the spinach, and notice how it wilt down. I did stir it once already, and it's coming together nicely. Now here's where we're gonna add the other ingredients, the other supporting characters to the mix. I notice that pumpkin is starting to fall apart, and if you don't like okra, well, we can be friends, I'll just say that. But anyhow, you can leave it out if you want, but I just love me some okra, however you call it. Yeah? Time to wash that rice and put it in. So in goes that washed rice. I have a feeling my pot might be a bit too small, but small thing. And of course we'll need liquid to cook that rice. One of the things I didn't explain at the very start there is that the salted pigtail you saw me use, and if pigtail is not your thing and you wanted to use smoked turkey works. Salted beef, that works as well. Mommy would make it with salted beef as well. But it was cooked in water, boiling water, for 30 minutes. Then I drained it, fresh water, cooked it for another 40 minutes. So in total 1 hour and 10 minutes I cooked it to remove most of the salt. Yeah, and because of that salt content in there, you'll notice, and we can do it now, we're gonna go very light with salt. Later at the end, we will taste it. We will adjust it because that salted pigtail will still have remnants of that salt in there. And to get it nice and tender, yeah, you really got to cook it, yeah? And what I did was I got the butcher, the Asian market there to cut it up for me on the saw. So I have nice big pieces, maybe 1.5-inch pieces. What we need now is the braising liquid to pull it all together. And that will be a combination of coconut milk and water. Being very gentle so I don't make a mess on my stove. I'm just going to stir that around. We're going to bring that up to a boil and then have it going on a sort of a, between a simmer and a rolling boil. Yeah, and I can hear a ch on the stove, which means something spilled, and Uncle Chris will have to make a cleanup later. Now, ladies and gentlemen, speaking of cleanup, that coconut milk has a lot of natural sugars in it, so if it falls on your stovetop, especially if you have one of them ceramic stovetop, you'll be scraping and scrubbing. I'm telling you, boy. But anyhow, we're gonna bring this up to a boil now. Give them a little tappity tap, and then let it go until that rice is nice and plump. You can start seeing bubbles come up, and this is where I float the Scotch bonnet pepper. I'm not going to break it like I said, because later on when I'm eating I can break it if I wanted to, but I'm going to turn my heat down ever so slightly because I don't want it on a vigorous bubble. I just want it on a sort of a gentle bubble, just for that rice to soak up all our goodness in there and all those things to come together. The salted pigtail is going to add that nice salty briny element to it, the coconut milk, that sweetness. I'm telling you, boy, I'm telling you, it is proper things in there. It's been going now for about 17 minutes. At this point is where, while there's still liquid in there, I would suggest you taste it and adjust the salt. Then we're gonna start personalizing things. This, when mommy would make it, was somewhat of a wet dish. If you want it a bit more dry, you will have to cook it down a bit more. With that said, the rice still isn't fully cooked, so I'm gonna let this go for another 4 or 5 minutes, and then I'll show you the sort of end results. Sup, soldiers? Listen, if you enjoy this recipe, I'd really appreciate it if you hit subscribe and click that bell notification thing. If you've made the recipe, take a picture and send it to me. Email address down here. I mean, trying to tell people the email address, them butts will take the address and do all kind of thing with it. And tag me on Instagram at Caribbean Pot. I really appreciate you guys, and thanks for being in my kitchen with me today. Irene. There's still a bit of liquid in the pot, so what I'm going to do is turn off the stove, and I'm going to allow the rice to absorb all of that liquid, but I will put the lid on it, and we're going to leave it right on the burner so the residual heat will continue cooking and pulling everything together. But for now, shut off the stove, put the lid on. Remember, taste it for salt. Make sure your salt is according to your liking. Certainly not the prettiest of dishes, and I did make a mess all over my stove, but I am telling you, one of the most comforting meals you can enjoy. Now, like I said, if you wanted to cook it down a little bit more so it's a bit more dry, that's totally up to you. If you do that, take a fork, fluff it, and everything will be nice. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Uncle Chris here saying, I do hope you all get an opportunity to make this spinach rice, salted pigtail, not your thing. I give you guys options, but give it a try. You're gonna love it. Now remember, if you're using a white rice, it will cook a lot faster. So any old plain white rice or basmati or any one of those things, it will cook a lot faster and you will need less liquid. I used 2 cups of coconut milk and 2 cups of water in here to bring it together. But make that sort of adjustment, yeah?